Hey everyone, it's Nevin SF. I was craving some seafood boils. Seafood boil, that sounds so weird. I was craving seafood and I've been watching a lot of like Eat with Kim and all these mukbangs, and I've been always wanting to do that. I always order seafood boils from Supreme Crab. It's right here by Fisherman's Wharf. It's expensive. So you literally drop probably like $60 to $7 each time for like a pound. But I am so excited because I actually picked up my own. I went to Costco and ta-da! So there is a pound of shrimp, and king crab legs, and then there's a whole Dungeness crab. As you can see, the shrimp came frozen, but this is a 4-pound box for $21.99. So I'll put the prices and show the comparison of how much you save. But I'm so excited. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I have some lemons that I'm gonna cut up. I'm just gonna try it. I think I'm gonna use like Old Bay and butter and some spices, and it'll be good. Anyways, okay, let's get cooking. So I'm prepping everything, and these are jalapenos, vegan butter and lemons, and then we got a ton of garlic. Hey, it's Nev again. I finished a seafood boil. I always want to do a mukbang, and I'm finally doing it. So I have, this is like a 1.5 pound size crab, and then I have some head-on shrimps, and then I have some king crab. So the shrimp is about a pound, and then I think the king crab came out to about 2 pounds, close to 2 pounds, like 1.81. I did find one of these. I actually do order like seafood boils to go. And when I got it delivered, they had one of these bibs, so I have that. They gave me plastic gloves, so I'm gonna use that. I pulled out some of these old tools that I bought a long time ago that I rarely use, but I have these little crackers and one of these hammers and one of these like really cool forks that you could like pick things with. And for my sauce, I just made a butter, garlic, and this is a vegan butter. I try to cut back on dairy if I can, and it has like Old Bay in it. I have some jalapenos. I have a ton more lemons, even though there's lemons here. Anyways, I'm gonna get started. I am definitely hungry. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish all this, but the point of this is that I have been watching a lot of like mukbangs, and I had the itch for seafood. So I've been watching like Eat with Kim, and she eats a lot of seafood, but I got inspired and I wanted to have some. So I always like put it in my food cart in Uber Eats. So I order it, it's in the cart, then I look at the price, I'm like, oh hell no. And then just to think like you have to also tip, and there's a service fee. So usually you have to drop like at least $80. So I think this is a lot cheaper, so I'll put the price in. It's a lot cheaper, I think. So I'm gonna start off with the shrimp. I just poured some of this butter sauce on it. It's kind of hot. Yum. So I haven't been posting a lot. I have been really busy with my full-time job. I did make a decision that I'm not going to talk about anything related to work because this is kind of a personal thing that I do for YouTube. I know my channel is kind of like a little all over the place. I just want to film what makes me happy and brings me joy, and I just watched this video about like living in your truth, and the truth is like I don't want to get pigeonholed into anything, honestly, into any category. And so I just want to like, you know, make the videos that I want to make, and hopefully people follow and like. But the next really huge thing that's happening in my life is I am going to, I know I'm not eating, I was taking out like the little vein thing. Kind of grosses me out. The next thing that I want to do is like go to Arizona, so I'm going there for my friend's birthday. So I'm excited for that, so I'll film for that. And then I was invited to a road trip where we're going to go in an RV. Never done that before, to Utah. So I've never been to Utah, and one of my goals is to go to every single state. Yum. I forgot that I had rice, and I forgot to put my microphone on, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you guys hear a difference in the audio. I put the microphone on. I had to get a LaCroix. But yeah, no, my trip to Arizona, we were just talking about it last night. I'm really excited. We are going to be in an Airbnb, and we want it to be as safe as possible. And we're going to see some friends who live out there, but we're going to go to Sedona. I've never been to Sedona, so I'm really excited for that. I don't know why. This is like harder. It actually squirted on me. But yeah, and then the RV is because we're going to Utah to go pick up a puppy. So my friend they're picking up a puppy, which is really exciting for them. So yeah, so that's kind of what's happening in my world. Sorry, this is not as smooth as I'd like it to be, but let's open this up. It's moist, like a little juicy. There's lots of water. Oh. Okay, I give it props to whoever does seafood boils, because this is not easy doing this, like filming and eating. So I think I'm gonna try to get into this large king crab. So anyways, I have been thinking about my channel. I don't have the bandwidth to do multiple types of channels. I've seen people do like multiple different things. And I know that's probably going to get you a higher subscriber because then you know what's going to happen on that channel. But my friend, I tried it. I put one video up on somewhere else. I'm actually going to take it down. But, ooh, look at this. Ooh. I haven't had king crab in so long, and this is like, juice is gonna fall, but yeah, I haven't had it in so long, and I've been really craving it. But anyways, I had put a video up called Cooking with Nev, and I'm gonna take it down because my friend was right. That's a lot of work. Gotta get rice. Jalapeno. I'm not a big eater. Like, this is way too much for one person. But don't you worry, I'm a freezer, meaning I don't waste food. I like to freeze things, I like to not waste. I froze everything, like cilantro, I freeze bread, I freeze cheese. I don't mind heating up frozen things. Okay, let's see if I can get this one. Yeah, I think snow crab or king crab is definitely my favorite. It's just really spiky and pointy, but so work has been really crazy, and I was thinking about like doing a video on like how to do time management. I think that's something that I've been thinking about. I also still have a great deep appreciation for the FIRE community, those who want to retire early. Saving money and being frugal, like all of that, I still have a passion for it. I actually did a blog called Frugal Nev many years ago, and I went to a conference a long time ago in North Carolina, and I followed a lot of bloggers, and that's how I got out of debt. I also did a video for Lending Club. Because I had used their service, and they randomly called me and said, would you be interested in auditioning for this commercial idea? And I was like, sure. And luckily I got chosen. It was so interesting. It was an interesting experience. I lived in downtown San Francisco, or the Tenderloin, which has a bad rep. It does have a homeless population there, but it's like a huge space. Like, people kind of categorize it into a few square blocks. It actually has like, I forgot the exact number, but I think it was like 15,000 residents. It's a lot of high rises. Rent's a lot cheaper. Yeah, there are some parts that are a lot dirtier, I guess you could say, and that is true. But for the most part, like, there's a lot of beautiful architecture and buildings and culture. Yeah, king crab is definitely better than the Dungeness crab. And this is, oh, I should probably say, this is from Costco. So, I wanted to challenge to see, there was lobster, but it was like in a whole box, and I was like, there's no way I'm spending like $200 on lobster, whole lobsters. I don't even have a big enough pot, I think, to steam that sucker. I live in a small space in San Francisco. But anyways, it was a trek. I went to Costco. There were definitely the hustle and bustle shoppers, the ones that like run you over with the cart almost. They always have somewhere more important than you to go to, right? So there's those people. I put all the seafood in a cloth bag because I was like, a reusable cloth bag because I wanted to carry it from the car to my space. I live on the 6th floor in an apartment complex. So that was my little trick. I bring bags and I put everything in Costco because they don't put it in bags. And the bag was leaking. And I used cloth because I was like, oh, I can wash it. It started leaking. So there was like a little puddle and the dog smelled it and I felt so bad. But the owner pulled it away. But I was like really paranoid that it was leaking in the elevator. But so I think I should have steamed this a little longer. It's not as hot as I like it to be. So I think I'm gonna save that for another time. Okay, this is the big ass claw. I don't know why I brought this. I don't know if this is realistic for me to practice here. Don't make fun of me. I'm gonna make this work. Oh, I'm gonna use this sucker. There you go. I know, I'm probably doing this wrong. Don't judge me, all you experts out there. This is why I don't order this at the restaurant. Speaking of restaurants and like what I prefer to eat at home, Indian food is actually one of those. I like it spicy, but I don't like to sweat at the restaurant. So what I do is I take it to go, or I order it to go, and I like to go buck wild and just eat it without like a shirt on and like just watch TV, sweat freely. So yeah, I've been watching like some of the YouTubers that I follow are like, it's so good. I love her. Like I think her name is Miriam, and I've been inspired to like cook a lot more at home. I've been following like pro home cooks, and I realized that I'm not a good cook like them. I could cook and hold my own, but the creativity that they have and the expertise on how to cook everything, and I've been wanting a wok, but the wok in a small studio in San Francisco, no, it won't be a good idea. I think you need like an outdoorsy thing. But I guess like what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of inspirational videos out there. Anyways, I don't think it's gonna be a super long video because I'm getting full. And again, I'm not wasting this, but I kind of want to like hammer off camera. I kind of want to make this spicy next time, like really spicy. I think that'll be good. Okay, let's peel this shrimp. You know, as I film this, I'm getting like these weird feelings of like, should I even post this? But do you know what? I want to live in my truth, as I saw in that video, about just accepting things as they are versus what you want them to be. And my truth right now is that I wanted to do a mukbang for you guys because I've always wanted to do it. I've been wanting to do it with a friend, but I think they get camera shy. I don't blame them. I mean, maybe this will inspire them to join me. The shrimps are good. Also, the juice leaked on my mid leg earlier as I was carrying it out. It's good. I think I'm gonna go for one of the snow dungeon legs. But okay, so what I'm thinking about, if I do consistent mukbangs, a lot of it probably will not be me cooking. I think I like those videos where they try new food. I've tried a lot of different types of food, and I'm pretty open. But there are like some vegan restaurants that I want to like explore a little bit more in San Francisco. There are some restaurants with unique items I've never tried. So, we'll see. I've seen some of these videos, they're like 20 to 30 minutes long. And I want to keep talking, but I know I'm a small YouTuber right now, and I don't think a lot of people have followed me in my life. Jalapenos are so good. Oh, I was part of a writing digital magazine. My friend, who is an amazing artist, he and his wife, during quarantine, came up with this idea to, I think I'm supposed to break it in front of you so you could watch me, but it's so much easier when it's close by. Okay. And they came up with this idea because all these folks were quarantining for COVID. And, you know, all this creativity juices came out, and I was out of my mind. I'm alone here, and I decided to like brave. This is when COVID was really scary. I mean, it is very scary, but I decided to brave the world. I was not leaving my apartment for whatever reason, and I decided that I am going to walk the streets. I'm going to go really early in the morning, like at 6 in the morning, and if I see someone, I'm just going to run away and avoid them. But I decided to walk, and I never realized, I mean, I've always realized San Francisco was so beautiful, but when you walk the empty streets of San Francisco without the litter bugs who like drop things and the trash bins that are full and overrunning, and people are not pushing you and it's not crowded, you actually get to stop and see like the beautiful buildings. You get to see artwork, like some alleyways that you never turned into because you're always like heading somewhere and you're always in a rush. But because we were quarantining, there was nowhere to go really. I can't break this stupid claw. Okay, there it goes. And so I started taking pictures and I started posting them on my Instagram and my Facebook. And people were liking them. I really appreciated that. But I think a lot of us took for granted like San Francisco's hustle and bustle and how beautiful the city really is and can be. And he had asked me like, do you want to participate in this project? I'm like, sure. I mean, I don't consider myself a writer. I like writing, but I'm not a writer. But in high school, and junior high, I remember like I enjoyed, like English was my favorite class. And I thought creative writing was really fun. I had a issue with like identity though. Like I always felt like I couldn't write about, I always felt like you couldn't be Filipino and be a writer or books because there were no role models for me. And so I made my character a cat. I remember that. And maybe when you grow up and you think about like these actions you choose, it makes you realize like how much your mind can like play tricks on you. This would be really good with some crawfish, but Costco doesn't carry that. And I was also thinking of getting like scallops, but I was like, that's way too much. That's called, I don't know, overdoing it. This is a treat. I don't do this all the time. But I wanted to be smart about this purchase. I was like, it's gonna happen. I'm craving crab and seafood. It's gonna happen. You might as well do it the more frugal way. If that's even true or possible. It is. I mean, if you think about it, I think you get a pound of shrimp. Has to be like over $20, right? Without delivery fees and tip. If you do a pound of crab, it's like $40. And again, I got 2 crabs for $37. And the king crab was expensive. It was Hey, sorry for the abrupt end to that video. Obviously my battery had died, but my hands were messy anyways, and I was getting full too. Anyways, if you hit the like button and leave a comment, I'd love to know your feedback, and I will continue making more videos. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I enjoyed myself talking and catching up and eating. But yeah, so anyways, thanks for visiting. I hope you would consider subscribing, and until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.